For consistency, let's go ahead and rename those two projects. So this one and this one. So we have both a workshop and a class scheduling series of projects in this scheduling workspace. I will start by creating a new project. And this will be based off the source code from here. And we will need this SQLite jar. So let's go to properties. And let's rename those packages, since I will be implementing scheduling in other than genetic algorithms. In future tutorials. So the naming here is based off class scheduling. So we will add an instructor availability table, which will have an instructor ID and a meeting time ID. And we will populate this table here. And let's call it from here. And let's do the same thing for this one. So here we're populating this instructor availability table with those values. So this instructor will be available for meeting time 2, 3, and 4, and this one will be available for meeting time 1, 3, and 4, etc. And same thing, we'll call it from here. So let's go ahead and create and populate a database. And let's go ahead and update this instructor class. So we will add the availability for that instructor and initialize it in the constructor and have a get method for it. And now we need to fix this. Since instructor takes in 3 values now, the ID and the name and the availability. And here we are picking up the instructor availability from this table. And let's go ahead and create a new conflict class, which represents scheduling conflicts. So in addition to the number of students and instructor booking and room booking conflicts, we're adding this one. So it will check instructor availability scheduling conflicts against the table that we just added. This one. So the constructor will take in a conflict type, which would be one of those, and which classes the conflict is in between. And let's import this from the domain package. And we have get methods for those 2 instance variables, and the toString method returns the conflict type and the classes that this conflict is in between. And let's go here and add this method. So instead of returning the instructors, it is returning their IDs in an array list. And now let's go ahead and update this schedule class to make use of the new conflict class. So here we are handling seating capacity conflicts or a number of students, and here instructor availability conflicts and room booking ones and instructor bookings conflicts. And let's update this driver class. And let's go here. So we need to update those to reflect the name change. So there is no off here. And let's quickly go over this class. So this flag handles running the application in verbose or default mode, and here we are handling command line entry. So we are prompting the user if they want to display the initial data or find the fittest schedule or run in default or verbose mode or exit. And this one handles displaying the schedule from the instructor perspective, or the time schedule one, or the room perspective, or the course schedule one. And here we are handling running in verbose or default mode. And this code displays the conflicts. So the conflict type and which classes the conflict is in between. And here we are displaying the instructor schedule. So their ID, their name, and the schedule, and their availability, and what classes they are qualified to teach, what courses they are qualified to teach. And this is display code, same. And let's do one more addition here. So the toString method will return the ID for the meeting time. And let's go here and let's remove this one, since we're only displaying the instructors. And now let's go ahead and test run the application. So this is available data that we picked up from the database. So we have those three departments, and this department have those two courses offered, and this one those three, and this one those two. And for each one of the courses we have its name and its max number of students and the qualified instructors for teaching that course. And we have three rooms, and each one have a different seating capacity. And we have those instructors and their time availability. So this instructor is available for those two time slots. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 9 to 10 and from 10 to 11. And this instructor is available for those three, etc. And those are the meeting times that are available for scheduling. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 9 to 10 and from 10 to 11, and Tuesday, Thursday from 9 to 10:30 and from 10:30 to 12. And let's go ahead and run in verbose mode and find the fittest schedule. So we went for 11 generations, and we found this schedule with no conflicts, and this is a table representation of that schedule. So we started from generation 0, which had those conflicts. So a room booking conflicts between those two classes. So they're both booked for meeting time 1 and in room 2. So class 3 and class 4. And we have a number of students conflicts for this class. So the room capacity is 25 students, and the maximum number of students for this course is 35. And same for this one. 35 and 45. So we went to generation 1, where we still had 3 conflicts, and then generation 2 still have 3 conflicts, 3, 4 we only had 1 conflict, then 5, until we got to generation 11, where we had no conflicts. And let's display the schedule from the instructor perspective. So this instructor is scheduled to teach this class in meeting time 1, and he is available for meeting time 1 and meeting time 2, and he is qualified to teach those courses. So this is one of those courses, and this instructor is scheduled to teach this class in meeting time 2, where he is available for those 3 meeting times, and he is qualified to teach those courses, and this one is one of those courses. And this instructor have those 2 classes that he is scheduled to teach, and so they are at meeting time 3 and meeting time 4, and he is available for all meeting times, and he is qualified to teach this course and this course. And this is instructor 4 that is teaching those 3 courses, and he is available for all meeting times. And this is one of the courses, and this is another, and this is another one also. And from the time schedule perspective, so we have those 2 classes scheduled for meeting time 1, Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 9 to 10, and those 2 classes in meeting time 2, Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 10 to 11, so class 1 and class 7, or course 1 and course 7, and those 2 classes in meeting time 3, Tuesday, Thursday from 9 to 10:30, and this one in meeting time 4, Tuesday, Thursday from 10:30 to 12. And from the room perspective, so room 1 have those 2 classes scheduled to be taught in it at meeting time 2 and meeting time 1, and room 2 has those 4 at meeting time 3, 1, 4, and 2, and room 3 have this course scheduled to be taught in it. And from the course schedule perspective, so we have this course with those qualified instructors, and it picked one of them to teach it, and this course with those 3 qualified instructors, and it picked this one to teach it, and this course with only this qualified instructor, and it picked that instructor. And let's do one last thing. Let's delete the database that we created using this class, and let's create a different database with an additional department, statistics and data science department. So this new database, and now let's rerun the application. So this is the data that we are now picking from the database. So we have 2 additional classes from this department, and this additional course offered in this department. And here, same thing, we have the courses listed and what are the qualified instructors for each course and the maximum number of students. And we added an additional room and an additional instructor, and she is available for those 4 meeting times. So we still have the same meeting times. So now we're gonna be running in default mode. So let's find the fittest schedule, So it went for this number of generations, and it found this schedule with no conflicts, and this is a table representation of that schedule. So from the instructor perspective, we have those 5 instructors, and this one is available for those 3 meeting times, and we have those 2 picked from those 3 meeting times, and he is available to teach or qualified to teach this course and so this course and this one. He is scheduled for those, in addition to those other 3. And those are the other instructors. Now from the time schedule perspective, we have those 4 courses scheduled to be taught from Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 9 to 10 in room 1, 2, 3, and 4. And on Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 10 to 11, we have those 2 courses in room 4 and room 2. So meeting time 2. And for meeting time 3, we have those 3 courses scheduled to be taught in room 1, room 2, and room 3 by instructor 2, 4, and 1. And this course is scheduled on Tuesday, Thursday from 10:30 to 12. Now from the room perspective, and finally from the course schedule perspective.